Hey, gun people. Well, this is another incident where a cop shot a guy in his own home when the owner walked to the door to see who was at his house in the middle of the night with a gun in his hand. The officer saw this through a window and shot. He didn't kill him, but he shot him twice. Man, cops they are so unaccountable and so easy to shoot people. I don't understand how there's not more outrage on this. I mean, I thought they were shooting dogs too easy. Now I'm getting to where they're just shooting people and dogs and anybody. I mean, it's just like government gone wild and shit. Here we go.
Hello everyone, I'm Lieutenant Ryan Flood, PIO at the Greenville County Sheriff's Office. This critical incident community briefing will provide you with information.
Okay, I'm going to bump through some of this, but I'm recording this off my upload and I'll go ahead and make this public. So this is the total uncut, and I'll put a link in the description if you just want to listen to what they say, because I'm going to be jumping around and talking.
About an officer-involved shooting in 2019. 911 will provide an accurate overview of what we know. Comprehensive investigators to conduct extensive interviews consistent with considerably completed interviews, or defend themselves against a threat. The actions can be graphic and difficult and offensive.
All right.
I'm going to provide you with a brief summary of an officer-involved shooting that took place at 305 East Crest Drive in Greenville County Dispatch Center received a call from an alarm company regarding a panic alarm activation from the residents of 305.
Okay, this is kind of key information, what he's saying. The alarm company received a panic activation alarm from this residence. Turns out this resident doesn't even have an alarm.
East Crest Drive. The alarm company attempted to make contact with the owner of the cell phone, but did not receive an answer.
Now he slid in, they tried to make contact of the cell phone. It turns out later that they didn't get a call from a panic alarm at a house. They got a cell phone panic call. The alarm company did. And so the alarm company, in an effort to protect you, sent out the great government police, because they were going to show up with guns and protect you because you're too stupid to have a gun and defend yourself. Wow, this is a bad shooting in my book. Even though it's lawfully going to be justified, I think it already was, this is a bad shooting.
The company then notified the Greenville County Dispatch Center. The county dispatcher also attempted to make contact with the owner of the cell phone without success. A deputy was then dispatched to the home at around 11:54 p.m.
Okay, a deputy. You send a lone guy to what you think is a panic alarm that puts the officer in so much fear that he shoots a guy inside the house through the door without identifying him or asking what he's doing or giving any orders to drop the gun at all. Just sees the gun and starts shooting. Wow.
Here is the phone call recording from the alarm company, followed by the corresponding radio broadcast.
Greenville County Sheriff's Office, Unit 321.
Hi, this is Jonathan, 5-star urgent response, requesting assistance for a subscriber in Simpsonville, South Carolina.
What's the address?
It's going to be 305 East Crest Drive.
East Crest Drive?
Yes.
Okay, what is it in reference to?
So we received an open silent line, but there is no answer on call back.
Okay, and do you have a cross street or intersection?
I have the nearest cross street as Plantation Drive.
You need a cross street when you have an address? Man, that's some incompetent government employees there. Usually if you give me an address, I can figure it out. But, all right.
Is it coming from a vehicle, the residence, or what?
It looks to be a panic alarm from a cell phone activation?
So it was a panic alarm from a cell phone activation.
Echo 15, Greenville.
She's dispatching.
Echo 15, Roger.
Copy of 1044 Bravo from 305 East Crest Drive.
Just after midnight, the first deputy arrived on scene and rang the doorbell, but was unable to make contact with anybody inside. As the deputy proceeded to walk off the front porch to begin the perimeter check of the home, he noticed movement from inside and returned to the front door to further investigate. As the deputy returned to the front door, he noticed a man through the window on the left side of the door. The man, who was later identified as the homeowner,
So the homeowner's in his own house.
was seen on the deputy's body-worn camera and observed by the deputy holding a gun. Body-worn cameras are used by all officers assigned to field.
Okay, let's kind of brush over the part that he saw the guy who owned the home in there and didn't identify or try to make any conversation. He just drew his gun and started shooting.
Duties. They are typically worn at chest level and give general perspective of what was within the camera's field of view. Once activated, the recording goes back 30 seconds in an effort to capture sudden incidents. The audio, however, does not begin recording until 30 seconds into the segment. This particular incident recording began after the deputy initially stepped off the front porch.
Well, that's convenient. And I'm not saying the cop did this on purpose. Those cameras, that's the way they're designed. They capture video from 30 seconds prior to activation, but they don't capture audio from 30 seconds. I don't know why, but they don't. Cop's got his flashlight. Sees the door. Walks up to the door. Lights on. There's the homeowner.
According to the deputy, after noticing the man inside, he illuminates him with his flashlight, and as he did so, the man, who was initially walking away from the front door, turned and pointed his gun at him. In an effort to defend himself against a perceived threat, the deputy fired his issued weapon as he retreated off the porch.
Okay, so that's just a standard line. He was in fear of his life, so he fired. Well, if the guy was walking away from you and turned and pointed the gun at you, what? Maybe you should have hollered police. Why? Oh, there's no audio. I'm sorry.
And subsequently struck the individual multiple times. After a brief communication exchange between the deputy and the homeowner, the deputy entered the residence and began to provide medical attention until EMS arrived on scene.
Gunshots. How fast was that? You walk up to my house, you don't say police, and you shine a light in my door. And I'm walking down because I hear something with my gun. I'm going to probably turn and point the gun too. But no. Government's on the outside. No warrant. No exigency. Just doing an investigation of a call hang up. Shoots through the house of the homeowner inside. Outrageous in my book.
Arrived on scene.
Bang. So he shoots him and runs off. No audio still. And I noticed they didn't put out his radio transmissions when he got on the radio. I don't remember hearing it. Maybe they did.
Sheriff's office!
Now he's hollering. Sheriff's office. Did he holler before? Nobody knows. Man.
Drop the gun now!
If he was so scared that he had to shoot and run away, and he's by himself, why is he going back? Just a question.
Let me see your hands! Let me see your hands! Throw that gun out the door!
So you come to my house, shoot me in my house in the middle of the night, then you want me to disarm myself. That's not reasonable for a person that was just shot in his own home.
Throw the gun out the door! Yeah! Throw the gun out the door! Let me see your hands!
So the guy's telling him I was shot twice, I can't.
Yeah! You pointed a gun at me! Throw the gun out the door! Let me see your hands! Yeah! You pointed a gun at me!
The sheriff's office!
This is a key question. The guy is still asking, who are you? He thinks he was just drive-by shooting or somebody did a home invasion. He thinks he was just shot. He's still asking, who are you? Which goes to his state of mind that the guy never identified himself and he didn't even know he was a cop.
Yeah, you pointed a gun at me!
Who are you?
The sheriff's office!
What are you here for?
Because we got an alarm call!
Oh my God, call the cops, please.
I am the cops!
Call the ambulance, please.
Alright, where's the gun? Where's the gun? Alright, don't move it. Are you the only one here?
What's wrong
So he asked him where the gun is. The guy almost points to it. I'm surprised he didn't shoot him again.
with you, man?
I'm up here.
Yeah, so what? We know there's a gun. So what? He has a gun. He's in his house. He hears a noise at night. He's got some guy shining flashlights through his thing, and he doesn't even know it's the cops even after he's shot. Outrageous.
Oh my God, what's wrong with you? Get the ambulance here.
Where are you hit?
In my groin and my fucking chest. The fuck you doing, man?
You pointed a gun at me, man!
You were in my house.
Greenville, send me 1051. I rang your doorbell because we got an alarm call.
Out of my groin.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Dude, you don't
10-4. Come here, hold this light.
Get the ambulance here, man. I'm gonna
They're
fucking
coming.
die.
They're coming. Just stay
You
with
shot me
me.
here and you shot me here.
The poor little dog. Like, dude, who's this dude in a uniform coming into my house shooting my dad?
All right. Just take some deep breaths.
Fuck!
What? What is
I
going
saw lights and I heard the doorbell ring and I got it with my gun. I'm a concealed weapons guy. The
Okay.
ambulance here, man. I'm gonna die.
No,
Hurry.
you're not. You're not going to die.
Have you called? Have you called me?
Is the ambulance coming?
They're coming. They're coming.
I'm on my feet. I'm sleeping. I got my fucking CPAP.
Somebody hit a panic alarm for the love of God.
Nobody here.
What's the address here?
305 East Crest Drive.
That's where it came from.
We don't have an alarm. We don't have an alarm.
Man, that could be a problem if you don't have an alarm. I think they said someone in the house did activate a cell phone or something.
Oh, that's what we
Come
got
on,
this
man. I'm
much
bleeding
for.
really bad.
All right, hang on.
Come on.
Hang on. This is going to hurt.
No,
okay?
it's up. It's higher.
It's higher?
It's higher.
Let me see.
Yeah, you can't put a tourniquet if it's above the leg joint there. Sorry.
Shot me right here, dude.
Okay.
You motherfucker. Why did
That dude's like, you shot me, you motherfucker. I don't blame him. Should I be pissed too? I think he's handling it pretty good for just being shot.
you do that?
Because you pointed a gun at me,
Dude,
man.
you came to here, dude. It's higher.
It's higher?
It's higher.
Let me see.
Shot me right here, dude.
Okay.
You motherfucker. Why did you do that?
Because you pointed a gun at me,
Dude,
man.
you came to my house at 12 o'clock at night. I'm sleeping. God damn, I gotta protect my house. Oh my God. Get the ambulance.
Go ahead.
Man, I'm gonna die.
They're coming. They're coming.
You motherfucker. I can't believe you did this to me.
I'm good. This guy's got 2 gunshot wounds.
The fuck? I can't believe you did this to me, man.
Okay, we're not going to talk about this right now. We're going to focus on keeping you alive.
Now, the cop is being pretty good. He's trying to do first aid. He's trying to fix it. I mean, I got to give him credit. I know there's going to be some people here. He shot at me. Should be shot in the head, tar and feather. Look, I don't agree with what the cop did, but he's trying to do the best he can afterwards.
Okay? So take some deep breaths and calm down, and you're going to be okay, all right?
For the next several minutes, first aid was provided to the man until EMS arrived on scene and subsequently transported him to the hospital for medical treatment. The individual has since been released from the hospital and is recovering from his wounds. At this time in the investigation, we have learned that the panic alarm was received from a cell phone medical assist app from an occupant inside the residence.
So somebody had a medical assist app in the residence and they received it. So if you'd have known that before, maybe you would have been going with your gun out trying to shoot a homeowner. So this goes back to due diligence. When you respond, government should have a responsibility. When they show up, they need to know what the hell they're going to before they show up with guns blazing. This is still outrageous conduct. And I mean, it just becomes routine.
However, there was no immediate emergency that was needed. The individual who was shot was not charged with any crime.
Are you freaking kidding me? They're going to try like that's a good thing. They're like, oh, look, we just want you to know we're really good guys. We're the government, and we could have charged him with pointing a gun at a cop. But because we're such good guys and we shot him twice, we're not going to charge him with a crime. Are you freaking serious?
And therefore, his information and identity will not be released as part of this video. A Smith & Wesson .38 caliber pistol was recovered from the scene by agents from the South.
That's just like my gun. Dude, did you watch my videos? I like those little internal hammers. Nothing to get caught on. Hopefully he's got plus P ammo in there.
South Carolina State Law Enforcement Division.
Consistent with all officer-involved shootings, the South Carolina State Law Enforcement Division, along with the 13th Circuit Solicitor's Office, will continue to investigate the facts, conduct interviews, and analyze evidence to determine whether the deputy's actions were within the scope of the law.
Let me just save you all the money of an investigation. He was in fear of his life. Guy pointed a gun at him. He shot. It was reasonable. Case closed. Rick, you're just taking the cop side. I'm just telling you how it's going to turn out. Don't get mad at the messenger.
In a separate and internal investigation, the GCSO Office of Professional Standards will investigate to determine whether the deputy's actions were consistent with the strict guidelines and standards set forth in the Sheriff's Office policy. If you would like further information on the Sheriff's Office use of force policy, please visit our website at gcso.org and click on the use of force link.
That's pretty good. They got a link. They got their use of force on their website. I mean, these guys did a pretty professional job putting this out. I'll give them credit where credit is due. They didn't do due diligence on what they responded to. The cops shot too fast. It's too freaking easy to shoot people in this country. And that's a problem. In my opinion, you know, the cop lovers come here and say I was too rough. Cop haters will come here and say I'm protecting the cops. We'll end that there.